Hello everyone, this is ChakaWhat here, and today I am going to be presenting to you my top 10 books of the Elder Scrolls. This list was suggested to me by Frelo, so thanks for watching my videos, dude. Kicking off our list at number 10, I have chosen Immortal Blood. It tells the tale of Movarth Pequeen, a dedicated hunter with a thirst for the knowledge of vampires. With the knowledge of our narrator, a priest, we follow Movarth's conquest through his eyes, and I must say that the ending to this book caught me by surprise and is fairly well written. Movarth, as people who've played Skyrim might recognize, is the name of a unique vampire who is threatening to enslave Morthal during the quest laid to rest. 9. The Lusty Argonian Maid. Okay, this short screenplay is just too funny. It is an amateur Renaissance porn that is about as subtle as a sledgehammer to the face, with the crazy metaphors, and the Argonian's name lifts her tail. It was written by the Imperial Gracious Curio, who lived in Morrowind, and whose name has a striking resemblance to the other character, Crantius Colto. That pretty much means that old Uncle Gracious inserted himself into a really weird sexual fantasy and just no. 8. I Was Summoned by a Mortal. This is a small tale written by a Dremora who serves the Daedric Prince Molag Bal. As he was going about his normal day-to-day activities, he suddenly felt a strange sensation run through his body, and he found himself on Nirn. He had been summoned by an Altmer of Somerset Isles named Vanus. It gives a good look inside what goes on in a Dremora's mind when they are conjured into Nirn, and is quite funny. 7. A Dubious Tale of the Crystal Tower. This is an amusing story set in the Somerset Isles and tells the small tale of a poor but talented bard who was hired by an elven magister of the Crystal Tower to do an act in an ape costume for the prestigious guests of the party. He was placed inside a pen, and although shy at first, the party guests soon became fascinated as the bard performed all the acrobatic tricks he knew. It's heartwarming and amusing, and I highly recommend it. 6. The Magnets of Pelagius. This is a short biography dealing how Pelagius Septim III descended into madness. It starts off when Pelagius was a young boy full of promise, enjoying art, magic, and sport, while also possessing a diplomat's candor. However, as the young prince grew older, his madness became more evident. Other aristocrats would talk behind his back as he tore off all of his clothes during a council meeting. It's a good look into Tamriel's history and a very bittersweet story. 5. A Game at Dinner. Though there is much dispute throughout Morrowind if the events of this book are fact or fiction, it is still quite a dark and interesting story told through the eyes of a spy for the House of Dress. It details a certain dinner in which the prince held Seth had poisoned one of the guests using alchemical ingredients sold to him on the sly. The ruthless prince taunts the dinner guest by describing the pain and agony of the death, until one finally bites the dust. 4. The Beggar Prince. This follows the story of Weedle, a protagonist of unknown gender and the 13th child of a king in Valenwood. Knowing he would get no inheritance, he leaves the castle to seek out his fortune until coming across 3 men harassing a beggar. Jumping to her defense, she thanks the youngling. When Weedle asks her name, she replies, Namira. Astonished, Weedle begs her for 30 days straight to become her apprentice. At the turn of the 30th day, Namira blesses Weedle with the power to have any disease he chooses, to invoke pity into all those around them, making him the Beggar Prince. It really emphasizes the usefulness of beggars, and how it's always important to pay heed to their secrets that they know and keep. 3. The 36 Lessons of Vivec, Sermon 12. The 36 Lessons of Vivec are a series of books detailing Vivec's conquest through obtaining godhood and what he did as a god. The most effective sermon, in my opinion, however, is Sermon 12, which details the wedding ceremony between the warrior poet and the king of rape, also known as the Daedric Prince Molag Bal. It is both twisted and beautiful in a strange way, and really gives one insight into Vivec's controversial past. 2. The Fall of the Snow Prince. This epic tells the great tale of a battle between the Snow Elves and the Nords of Skyrim. The elves, led by their warrior hero the Snow Prince, marched valiantly onto the battlefield. However, before the eyes of an innocent child, the Snow Prince cut down her 2 parents. Full of rage, the girl flung her father's sword at the elf, striking him in the chest. The whole battlefield turned silent as everyone watched the strength leave the Snow Prince. Though he was their foe, The Norse decided to honor the warrior by burying him deep into the ice to preserve his body for as long as Nirn desires. And with their hero gone, the elves were forced to retreat from the forces of men. And for number 1, I have chosen the Blessings of Shalegora. This book is truly beautiful and contains the 13 blessings of the Daedric Prince of Madness, Shalegora. I would just like to read the last verse, which I feel truly reflects what the Mad God represents and the deep meaning he holds to his worshippers. Blessed is the Mad God, who tricks us when we are foolish, punishes us when we are wrong, tortures us when we are unmindful, and loves us in our imperfection. I hope you enjoyed my list and found it helpful, and remember to like and subscribe. Bye.